Welcome back, awesome Asteroid fans and subscribers. I have here a Star Wars, not Wars. You see is the L there. The Black Series. Yes, it's a knockoff. Prototype Boba Fett. Looks pretty cool. And it's the box looks relatively, quite similar to the originals, the older ones, obviously. It says in the back, before he put on the familiar Mandalorian armor from the Star Wars saga, this notorious bounty hunter was initially envisioned as a super trooper in all-white armor. This special figure captures the beginning of a character that has become a legend, who is both respected and feared across the galaxy, Boba Fett. And just a simple bit of art on the back. I picked this up, so eventually I'm going to customize him. I might get him some more knockoff stuff if they're decent to do customizations too, as opposed to spending more money on my original figures and then sort of cutting them up and painting them. Unless you get original ones for really cheap, then it's no problem, Okay, let's have a look and see what he's like. I'll compare him to some other real Black Series figures after. Okay, so he's got a bit of a plasticky smell. Backpack is off. His jetpack, it is hard plastic apart from the parts on the sort of extremities. They're a bit more rubbery. Looks pretty cool. Has the familiar Boba Fett gun. This one here, which is a little bit bent, but I can straighten that quite easily. It's got bend, not going to snap straight away. The other familiar gun, this sort of the pistol one's got a bit of a plastic spur on the bottom there, which is now gone. And then we have the character himself, who also has a soft goods cape on the back there. Okay, so let's have a look at this and see what it's like. The weight, very similar weight to the original Black Series figures, so that's pretty cool. Aesthetic, looks pretty damn good as well. I'm not sure the finishes will be as good as an original, and some of these joints are going to be really quite stiff, I can see already, so I might have to give them some hot water treatment. But he's got the soft goods on his cape, which is pretty cool. That's a nice little touch. I'm not sure about the whole stripe thing going on there, like he's got a flag on his shoulder, but still pretty good. Looks good. Jetpack looks good. Gun looks good. Or the guns rather. They all look good. Add paint to the guns, they'll really pop. You can just undercoat him. You can even paint him straight over the white if you wanted to, since he's white. But obviously, doing a primer undercoat layer would be better. He looks pretty damn cool, I have got to say. Okay, let's have a look and see what he's actually like. First of all, I will try and fit in his backpack. Now, is it hexagonal? Hexagonal hole and a round peg, so that should be quite a nice tight fit, as long as it all fits. Looks pretty decent, but he's going to balance him backwards a bit. He does look cool. Surely, though, his robe would get burnt to a crisp, unless it's a different sort of rocket. It's a proper jetpack or rocket pack. I don't know. It seems a bit strange. He does look pretty cool. I do like that. Okay, let's have a look at his articulation. We'll take his backpack off for this, and I'll see if I need to put him in hot water first while I'm doing this. In fact, first, before I do that, let me just put his pistol into the holster. It's a good fit. Not the tightest, but it's good enough, For you collectors, I'm not sure you want to collect the fake ones, it's adequate. For those who going to give it to kids and play with, obviously give them a cheap figure as opposed to the original. It's pretty cool, but they'll probably lose that in no time at all. Okay, so articulation. Let's go from the head. So, a bit stiff, left and a right. He has a small side to side and a small up and down, not bad. Arms all the way around, not too stiff on that. Shoulders, he gets on the right over 90, on the left over 90, so he gets over 180 degrees. That is cool. On his biceps, He doesn't get 90 degrees, which is a real shame. That's really what you want on the figures, at least 90 degrees. If I twist up, yeah, and you can't really twist the arms that much around because of the tubing he's got on his arm here. You can increase that if you want to shave down the sort of gauntlet parts or the forearm armor parts here, but that's good. His waist, he has a turn, but it's restricted by the hard plastic sculpting here. Not too much though. There's no, oh there is, I tell a lie. You can go forwards and backwards a little bit, no side to side. Hips, outwards. His holster does get in the way of it, but he gets really good in the outwards actually. Better than I was expecting, that's cool. He has a thigh turn, which is good. He has a double kneecap. Look at that. That's really, really tight. Very well done there. And on his feet, there's no turn on the lower leg. He does get, there's also, the nice thing is they haven't put a Hasbro brand on it. They just put, check the box. Yeah, there's no Hasbro in the box as well. So I haven't ripped it off all the way, but, you know, gets good tippy toe. His dorsal flexation, here's Michael Jackson, is not going to be good from what I can see here. Just goes to flat pretty much. For that, you'd have to shave off some of his plastic from his shoe possibly, or from the ankle at the top here. And his feet should, yeah, they turn like this, which is good if you're doing a wide stance. He can still get his foot flat like this. He is a lot better than I was expecting for a knockoff. Now there are lots of knockoffs you can buy here. I've seen some really bad ones. Even box knockoffs that say Star Wars, that's pretty bad. I've seen other ones like this one look quite cool. I got them so I can paint him up and go with my sort of a Mandalorians, having watched the Mandalorian, you know, sort of matching there. He's a decent figure. Paint apps they're okay, not great. You know, you can see that they've missed the black on the side of that part of his arm here, and other bits of not as accurate as it could be. But to be fair, I paid with postage and UK money probably about £6. That's not bad. It's pretty good. I can get them cheaper as well. Just that I just bought the first one I saw on Taobao rather than searching for a few more. I do like him. Okay, his hands, they are not quite mirror image. Both are gun hands. This one's more for a trigger. Sorry, his hand articulation didn't look at. Both hands are the same. They are like this, and the wrists should swivel as well. So he can get his hands, have a look. Yep. Outwards and inwards. So he doesn't have a trigger or a gun articulation in his right hand like the newer ones do. And he can't turn his left arm out so much because of this sculpting on this forearm part. Okay, let's say he holds his guns. Let's start with his pistol first. His fingers have got quite a bit of give, which is good. He holds that gun really, really well. And I mean really well. Very, very nice. Let's go for the aesthetic all the way here. Cool. He does look good. For a knockoff, a fake, I am very, very pleasantly surprised. Very, very good. Okay, let's put this in his holster and see how he holds his longer gun. Now this has got a long stock, but it's still a single hand gun. He can hold it with two hands, but he shouldn't be able to aim it, I don't think, because that stock would be too long to go into his shoulder, but I may be proven wrong. Also, it's quite difficult to hold when you've got the handle attached to a bar at the bottom. Let's climb pistol out. Okay, let's see. So this one he doesn't hold so well in his left hand. He can't hold it straight. It's not straight that way, and it's not straight. It's not held nicely in his hands either. I don't know the original Boba Fett prototype, or even the original Boba Fett non-prototype, proper one, hold the gun any better, but perhaps someone can tell me in the comments if they have one. Maybe hold it better in this hand. This hand is a bit more open, so you should hold it hopefully easier. Yeah, again with this one, he can't hold this gun straight. This is going to go out to the side slightly. Not easy to hold these ones straight. Okay, but that's not a huge thing. This is a really nice figure. Okay, let's compare him to some other Star Wars Black Series. In fact, I will compare him to Mandalorian, the Mandalorian Star Wars figure, since I have them with me. Anyway, and we'll see how he compares. So first the Mandalorian, since they should be similar sizes, though mine is currently posed here. In fact, I prefer the Mandalorian to have soft goods, not a hard cape. Okay, let's straighten out the Mandalorian, who is a fantastic figure, and I'll stick him in the suggested videos up here. Some of you guys want to see that review and say what you think. Let's put his arm straight, in fact. Scales very well, and then the Mandalorian Heavy, who's just like a huge brute figure, and this is probably my favourite Black Series figure at the moment because they've done such a great job on the look, the aesthetic, and the articulation. Yeah, he scales perfectly well, very very good, just crying out for a custom. Very very good job by whoever made this. Made in China. And there is no brand that I can see looking at this. Star Wals. I might look up, I might Google Star Wals, the Black Series, and see if anything comes up. Maybe they made a few more. I have seen a couple more Star Wars, I think, but also Star Wars knockoffs as well. Great figure, especially for the price you pay, and especially if you do customs. You don't want to cut up your original Black Series figures by Hasbro, or start painting them if they're quite hard to come by. And if you're doing Mandalorian customs, which I imagine a lot of you will be because of the TV show, then this is obviously a much cheaper way and a good way of going about it. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I am signing out, saying please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back to more Awesome Action Toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting, okay? Bye-bye.